Welcome into Lock It In, right here on Believe, presented by betonline.ag. Cam Rogers coming at you. Follow me on social media at Cam Rogers Live. NFL Week 5, best bets right here on the program. Coming off what was a very good Sunday for yours truly, 5-2 last week, putting me at 16-11 ATS this season, 59%. That is profitable, and that's all you can ask for. I'm starting to find my stride here with these betting systems that are routinely reliable with large sample sizes, and I've got 6 plays on the docket for the NFL here this week. 2 totals and 4 sides to come right here on Lock It In. If you're new to the show, welcome. I appreciate you. Be sure to tell your friends about the program. Of course, you can follow me on social media for the latest updates to my picks. For instance, the Raiders, I probably would not have picked them plus the 5.5 if I had known at the time of this taping that Jimmy Garoppolo was not going to play at the quarterback position. So obviously, when you do this show on Wednesdays, even Tuesdays, information is not as abundant as it is on a Friday, right? Or a Saturday. So sometimes I do update my card a little bit on my TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. But of course, I will hold myself accountable here on the show. And of course, I will give myself a loss with the Raiders there. But just know that sometimes I may have updates on my social media handles. I think that's all for the housekeeping. It's time to get into my best bets for the NFL here this week. If you are listening to this before Thursday Night Football, I do like the Bears plus the 6. Okay. Since 1989, winless teams on the road after week 3 are covering at a 68% rate. 8 of the last 10 as well. So there you go. Free pick, Bears plus the 6. Okay. 6-pack of best bets. Let's get to it. Texans and the Falcons. The Falcons coming back home, playing in Atlanta, -1.5 favorites, just got whooped by the Jaguars. The Texans, which I called, by the way, upsetting the Steelers last week. CJ Stroud looked fantastic, and Desmond Ridder does not. That's the reality. There is a stark difference at the quarterback position between these two teams, and the Texans, low-key, have a pretty darn good front seven. They can get after the quarterback, and they've had back-to-back impressive performances against the Jaguars and the Steelers. Now, I've got a really good system for you this week as far as this game is concerned, with a massive sample size, okay? Early road dogs versus opponents that missed the playoffs last year with a spread less than 5, over under greater than 40. Week 9 or earlier, the dog is covering at a 68% clip 9 of the last 10 times. So sometimes people will be like, oh my gosh, Vegas will catch up. They haven't with this one. 291, 180, and 17. That's the record all time. Texans plus 1.5 is the right side here, and CJ Stroud will get it done. That's my pick. Texans plus the points. Panthers and Lions. This number continues to move in the Lions' favor. -9.5 now. When was the last time the Detroit Lions were nearly double-digit favorites in a football game. The Panthers 0-4, but remember, winless teams on the road after week 3 since 1989 are covering at a 68% clip 8 of the last 10 times. Another system, larger sample size, 280, 204, and 14. Fading non-playoff teams from a year ago that are above 500 now. During or before week 8, the underdog is covering at a 58% clip, which is still profitable. 7, 2, and 1 in the last 10. You see where I am going with this. The Carolina Panthers plus the 9.5 is the right side of this game. Will they go 0-5? Probably, but too many points here. Give me Carolina. The Saints and the Patriots, a near pick'em in Vegas. New England, a favorite by a point. And the Patriots looked, quite pathetic last week against Dallas. The Saints looked pretty pathetic, not as bad, of course, versus the Bucs a week ago. I have more faith in Bill Belichick, barely, but I do, than Dennis Allen here. And we've got a rare system that has proven to work since the 1980s. The team lost their previous game by greater than 30. The team missed the playoffs last year. The team's win percentage is less than 50. The opponent lost the previous game. The team is covering at a 79% clip since 1989. This is a rare betting system that has been working for decades. 8-0-2 record in the last 10. Patriots -1 could be my lock of the week. I'm not sure. You know what? It's not, but it's very close. Love this play here this week. The Bengals and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are getting 3 at home. Is this the get-right game for Cincinnati? I think it is. And it's my lock of the week. The Cardinals appear to be a feisty team here in 2023, but I expect a bounce back here for Cincinnati. Teams coming off an embarrassing loss, failing to cover by greater than or equal to 26. And that team is away, covering at a 68% clip since 1989, 7-2-1 in the last 10 tries. Another system that works here, granted, smaller sample size, road favorite. After the team failed to cover by greater than 25. We actually saw this with Denver last week. Covering at an 80% rate since 1998. Cincinnati -3, lock of the week. Let's talk about the Giants and the Dolphins. The Dolphins, 11-point favorites. The total is at 50. I am eyeing the total in this game. I don't mind the Giants plus the points. Not an official pick, but Daniel Jones has been very good ATS coming off a loss. Here's the deal with the total. For games week 4 or later, with the over-under greater than 45 and the spread greater than or equal to 10, which is the case right now, the under is hitting at nearly a 70% clip, at 69% since 2015. Also, 7 of the last 10 times. Under 50 is the play in this game. And then finally, Patriots, Saints, back to this game here. I'm looking at the total. It's at 40 as we stand. When both teams come into the game, both hitting the under the previous week, when the opponent is away and lost its previous game, and the team is at home, of course, and lost its previous game, the over is hitting at a 70% clip since 2004, 8 of the last 10 times. There is talent on the skill positions here for both teams. I like the over 40 in this game. Okay, so to recap, NFL Week 5 best bets: Texans +1.5, Panthers +9.5, Patriots -1, Cincinnati -3, lock of the week, Giants Dolphins under 50, Patriots Saints over 40. Best of luck this week. This has been Lock It In with Cam Rogers, presented by betonline.ag. We've got a new edition of Believe Me coming up here later this week. Clay Harbor, Brandon Lang, they are heating up. So we'll talk about our picks in college football and the NFL. Of course, that show airs on Stadium National TV, which is always fun to watch. So check us out there too. Check me out on social at Cam Rogers Live, and I will talk to you very, very soon.